Good morning, afternoon, and evening, BQN co-hosts and listeners. I'm Counselor Amy Nelson, host of Galaxy Class, All Good Things, Union Federation, and today, the Hive Mind. For our listeners out there who don't know, the Hive Mind is our monthly roundtable discussion featuring some of your favorite BQN hosts and Patreon supporters. You too can join in the discussion by logging into patreon.com/BQN and pledging your support of $10 or more. So with us today for our March Roundtable, we have with us host of All Good Things and art director of the network, Mark White. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Amy. Thanks for having me on.
Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm so excited to be talking Picard with you. And we have with us Jim McMahon. Hello, Jim.
Hello, hello, hello. It is great to be here again.
And Mahendran, welcome.
Hey guys, hi.
And Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hi, Amy. Hey, everybody.
Hi. All righty, you guys. I think we just need to talk about Picard. We are 4 episodes in, and spoiler alert, listeners, if you haven't watched, we will be discussing all of the components and story thus far. So please make sure that you have watched it or be prepared to have some spoilers ahead. So let's start with Jim. How are you liking Picard season 3, our final season?
Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving the season so far. It is up there. It is up there at least so far among my favorite seasons of Star Trek, just in general.
Wow, that's great, Matt.
Yeah, they are doing a fantastic job of character development with both the established characters and the new and the new characters. Like I think I told you before before recording, Amy. With Liam Shaw at the start of the series, I didn't like the character, but I was willing to let that go because the actor plays characters like that so perfectly. But now with all the development of we've seen through the character, I absolutely love the character now. He's one of my favorite characters on the show.
Now, have you seen Todd Saswich in other things?
Yes. Oh, yes. I've seen him in a bunch of other stuff before.
Okay, this is my first time seeing him. I'm unfamiliar with him. So
yeah, he's a prominent character actor in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
At least in stuff I've seen.
Matt, how about you?
I'm absolutely loving it, like Jim is. In fact, I wish, and I'll go out on a limb and say, I would have preferred to have had 3 seasons or two previous seasons that led up to what we've got now. Just the style of it, the character development, the quality of the writing, the directing, of course, the acting, music, spectacular.
Oh. Yeah, that music is amazing. Yeah. All right, Mahendran, give us your take on Picard.
I'm really curious to see why you guys are so passionate about this Picard thing, because I'm having the completely opposite reaction. I feel like the writing is pretty bad, and I'm really disappointed a lot. There's so many things about I really was, even last season, I'm like, I felt like I was like, I'm just curious like what you guys like about it, because maybe it'll give me a different perspective. But at this point, I'm just like, Picard sucks.
Do you think that it has too much fan service? Are you feeling that at all from it?
I can talk more about it in detail. I have all these things that I've analyzed very critically because that's the kind of very particular person that I am. So you'll get to hear all the different sides of it later, Amy. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, well, every opinion is always allowed to have an opposite opinion. That's what's so great about Star Trek.
Agreed. Well, Mark, how about you?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a sports fan, as you know, Amy, but I have to imagine it'd be like going to, I guess, watch the Patriots play because you know they're going to win. It's like one of those things. It's like every time you tune in, you're like, well, I know they're going to knock it out of the park again today. And then they do. And so I'm kind of getting used to that. So it's like, it's almost I'm less wowed each episode. Like this
Mm.
last episode, I only watched like once or 1.5, and I fell asleep the second time. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. It was on par and as awesome as all the other episodes have been. They've been great. I guess maybe I'm so spoiled. And yeah, I don't know. They're great. I just there's no filler episodes. There's nothing that's different. It's like you're all of a sudden you started, they kick-started the show, season 3, they hit the ground running, you're in it to win it, and just nothing, like each episode sort of building on that. And yeah, I guess I'm glad they've all been awesome. I feel like I'm complaining that they're all awesome, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird for me to tune in and just not be wowed. Like when I had when Strange New Worlds came on, each episode wowed me, but they were all different and unique. So I got wowed in different ways. But with Star Trek Picard season 3, it's been this consistent, but it's been sort of for the same reasons. It's like, oh yeah, the fan service. Oh yeah, that character. Oh yeah, they're doing that thing. Oh, that's awesome. Woo! But it's each episode.
Right. So they're hitting that same note over and over, and then we're getting
It's a
a
note
little
that I love. It's
numb.
like
Yeah.
your favorite song on repeat. Like,
It's a
the
note
Lil
that
Nas
you
X's
know.
album I listen to all the time. I've heard it a billion times, and it's still good.
What album? Did you say No Doubt?
No, Lil Nas X's album.
Oh, Little Nas. Oh yeah, Little Nas is great. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about, I don't know, who should we talk about first? I'm sort of interested to know your take on Jack Crusher and like where you think he's gonna end up.
Oh my God, no.
All right, Mahendran.
That whole Jack Crusher, dude, come on. He magically like comes out of nowhere, and at this waterfall
I
love
think
baby.
he came out of Dr. Crusher.
I know, but I'm just like, really? Like, we have I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's, I think it was just kind of like, you're just going to do whatever the hell you want with the show. And like throw stuff at us because you think we're dumb and shit. Because, I'm pretty dumb too. So I'm going to go along with it. That's how I felt, really. I was like, you're not going to really try hard. That's how I felt, because it was just like, all right, like, you really, is Picard really not going to talk with Beverly for 20 years? Is Picard not, is like, if he had a kid and had all this relationship with her, why wasn't she in the first 2 seasons? It just seemed to me very like not thought out a lot. And, like I really enjoyed Deep Space Nine, and I was watching it. I'm like, man, they didn't really put a lot of forethought into like the stuff. Like, you know what? They're like Picard. Wait, we can bring all these characters back. Let's have Beverly there, and then she'll have a baby, and that's really cool. Like, okay, and that was my impression of it. And so, like, I think, I think that there's so many. I think if it happened earlier, if it was like in the first season and it kind of developed, it would be different. And also because he had like this whole relationship with that Vulcan woman. Like, I feel like Picard isn't like really 20 years and he's not going to like know about this kid, like nothing at all. You freaking telling me that? Is he like dumb and doesn't give a shit? Like, is that what you're telling me? You think, sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I'm not trying to swear. I'm being very, very bad about swearing. I'm going to swear more. But like, does he not care? Like, I feel like Picard really cares. I don't think Picard would be disconnected from Beverly for 20 years, like, and I think the logic behind her not telling him was like ridiculous. I'm like, really? Like, you're not going to see, like him in like a year or two, and he's not going to see the baby bump and be like, hey, what's up with the baby bump? And how come you got the baby following you around? Like, you didn't see you at all in 20 years? You're telling me that? Like, it just, to me, just like, there's a lot of suspension of belief that was beyond me, that I was like, okay, like, here we go again. And a lot of the times in episodes, a lot of those things would happen. And I think that's what jarred me. So, yeah.
Who's going to tackle this one?
I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I just shouldn't have come on and just like continue studying
No.
medicine.
This is so good. This is the discussion we want to have. So thank you. Matt.
I definitely don't disagree that the explanation for Jack, I mean, Picard has been at the Vineyard presumably since he left Starfleet, which is in France. And Jack went to school in England, literally so close. And so, presumably Beverly wasn't far away. I mean, she may have been a Fenris Ranger, Doctor Without Border for a while Jack was in school. I feel like the backstory that they gave Jack fit his accent to make that work. And then this, but however, 17 seconds. And not that I agree with Beverly, because I don't. I love the scene and everything. I think that what's the vibe that's out there? She made the right decision for the wrong reasons. I've heard people say as a theory. I do agree with that, but it's just his backstory is so. It's a little too convenient for me. But once
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do the ADHD thing. I'm just gonna listen now. I'm just gonna listen, not do the ADHD thing. I'm gonna finish stuff. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I got over that and I got past it, and I am enjoying their development. And does it fit, to your point, Mahendran, in a little bit too neat of a box? Or actually, it was Mark who made the point that it's a little too perfect. I get all that, but we've only got 10 episodes. And what else are they going to do? There's no room for a filler story. So I'm liking it. They're making it work. And I think that they could have made certain elements, specifically Jack's backstory, better.
And they did bring us some of his backstory in this last in this last episode. I liked the scene where they tried to show that he did at least, despite previous lines, he did at least make an attempt to reach out to Picard, but he did it in a subtle way, and he didn't like the response he got.
I thought they executed that well. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought so too.
Mark?
Jack, I like the character that they've written. I think that it's cool that he is sort of this rogue, Han Solo-esque kind of character. It speaks to, I guess, who Picard was that we know of when he was in his younger days. The actor, I think, is great. I think that I agree a lot with what Matt and Mahendran said. And I think that the consistency of the 3 seasons, there hasn't really been much. Like season 1 was the thing, season 2 was the thing, and season 3 is a very different thing. And had Terry Matalas been put in charge from the start, there might have been this consistency that we've seen, like with the Star Wars universe, with like things like The Mandalorian and whatnot, that just have like these well-written stories that sort of make sense a lot more than here's one thing, this is completely different, this is also completely different, which is what we're getting. I liked season 1, 2, and 3 of Picard, but yeah, they've all been like, I don't know, just individual things.
Quick question, Mahendran, before I come to you. Was Terry Matalas not the showrunner from the beginning? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, okay.
He only was the showrunner for season 3. He was assisting with season 2.
Right.
At the beginning, but then he took off to start writing season 3. So he helped with the first couple of episodes of Picard season 2. That's why they're phenomenal. But then he left and started immediately working on season 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Mahendran?
No, Mark, I'm glad that you brought that up. I think that's just my whole thing with Picard. It's just like, I think like I like a coherent universe. And, you know, like I would be really excited, man, if they'd done this in the first season and they laid this out a lot better. I would be really excited about it. But it's just like, you know, for me, what I liked about DS9 and, you know, I guess later generations and even Voyager, and also Enterprise. I think Enterprise is a great example of this, but just like thought out story arc, things interconnected, you know, and that, you know, that it's you entering this world, you know, where as I feel like Picard, like you said, Mark, it's like each season it's like there's a different thing. You know, I think that's the part that bothers me the most, I guess. So thanks, Mark.
That was, I think, similar things that I complain about with Discovery. Discovery season 1 was a thing, then 2 was a completely different thing, 3, 4. They've all been, it's like a whole other show, like tonally, visually, you know, everything. It's like a reboot. And it's reboot fatigue. I enjoyed all 3 seasons of Picard. I've enjoyed watching Discovery, but there wasn't like this sort of cohesion that you had with, I guess, like the 90s Trek, or even like what they're doing right now with the cartoons, like Lower Decks. It's like you could watch an episode from season 1 of Lower Decks, an episode of season 3, and they're, you know, you're going to enjoy it. It's going to be similar tone and whatnot. But this is the best that Picard has been so far. I enjoyed season 1, enjoyed season 2, but this is definitely peak Picard. I'm loving it. Like I said, every episode's just been fantastic for me, even if it is really different.
Yeah, I mean, like, at least honestly, I like Discovery a lot better because I feel like it fits more with canon. You know, like there was like an episode where I'm just saying, look, okay, first of all, Picard talks about like, you know, like being attacked by the Hirogen. Okay, when did he go to the Delta Quadrant? Did he just magically appear in the Delta Quadrant?
I think they said in the dialogue that and I apologies for interrupting. They said in the dialogue the Hirogen had made their way to the Alpha Quadrant.
And they didn't know how it happened either. That was the question. If you listen to the dialogue, that's literally what they said. How did this happen? So
I just that, and then also just like the whole like a ship falling in space. Like I thought, you know, like there's like there's a face of the vacuum, so why would a ship fall? Like, you know, I there was like a lot of things where I was just like, what's going on? Like my mind is like it's like taken out of the show. I had a hard time with it.
It wasn't actually falling. It was getting sucked into the gravity well.
Ooh.
That's the difference.
Whatever.
Matt,
and they do say that. They make the distinction.
Yeah.
Mark just said it. Granted, you shouldn't necessarily need to watch supplemental content like the Ready Room to explain the plot,
right?
But they do explain the plot with the Ready Room with Dr. Aaron. So
yeah, Dr. Aaron McDonald. Yeah.
I don't have ADHD line doesn't allow for that. I'm like, okay, it's not. He's playing on the show, man. Makes sense to Mahendran, but no, whatever. I guess I watch Ready Room. That's what's the thing.
So I want to go back to what you were saying, Mahendran, about Beverly not telling Picard, and like, what would you say? Like some people said that it was the right choice for the wrong reasons or something. Okay. I need to fix what I said because I thought that both were correct, but then in thinking and letting it marinate in my brain a little bit more, I really truly believe Beverly was wrong. And one of the reasons why I'm thinking that is because did you guys watch the Orville in the last season, the last episode where Havina is talking to Dolly Parton because Havina is at this stage where she has to make a very difficult decision. And Dolly Parton, in all of her country wisdom, is like, you know, you just have to make the right choice right now. You can't worry about the future because you don't know what it is. It's not written. And so the fact that Beverly wanted to protect her son because something that she was fearful that was going to happen in the future, that's not a for sure thing. She needed to make the right choice. The right choice was to tell Picard he had a son. And I think for me, I just was like guttural mama bear. She's protecting her son, so she's right. But I'm changing that a little bit more in my mind. Matt?
So, Amy, do you think, to further your train of thought, that the fairer way to go about it would have been so her fear was about the choices that Picard made that kept putting him in danger.
Yes.
Okay, let him know that he has a son, put the ball in his court, let him choose whether he wants to continue living that life. If he does, okay, Bev, do what you got to do.
Exactly. Then you have that information. But before, she made that choice for him, which is unacceptable.
I agree.
Mahendran.
So I guess it's okay. Personally, like if I was like involved with somebody that intimately, and like I don't know, I just don't see like how, you know, if he's still in touch with her, how like did he just like cut off contact with her for 20 years and not
She cut off contact. It was her choice.
So she cut off
That's
contact.
why they hadn't been
20 years.
talking, because she removed herself from everyone.
And that's what I didn't understand. Because she got pregnant by Picard, she cuts off contact with the entire crew.
Well, because as like Mahendran said, like Picard didn't know. Yeah, she had to cut herself from everyone so that no one would know about Jack.
Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay,
That does make more sense now, yeah.
Because I thought like they were just like hanging out because he was sending her flowers and stuff and like and talking about stuff, and like I guess not. I guess like they were 20. I mean, like it just.
Yeah, it was a shocker. In the first episode, Riker was like, why did she do that? There has been no contact to the Troys, no contact to Picard, nothing.
Okay, now that makes more. Now Mark Pressure makes more sense. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, okay. So I feel less weird about it now.
All right, I have another character that I want to talk about. I know I'm just jumping all around, but talk to me about who's that crazy lady with the ship with cuts off her hand?
Vadic.
Vedic.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Oh, well, sorry, Apple Watch.
Vedic?
What is going on? Is she a changeling?
She appears to be.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw her cut her hand off.
But that doesn't make any sense. I'm very confused by this. I want somebody to explain this to me because I'm very, very like.
That's why I'm
having a hard time with
asking.
that one.
So yes, please explain.
Which part has you confused, Mahendran?
So
It's
if
just-
she, oh, I'm sorry, Mahendran, go.
No, it's just like, okay, she chops off her hand and like changeling things come out and like she talks with it and like I just want to know like how it's like. I did that. That didn't happen in DS9, so I'm just like, what's going on? Why is her hand getting chopped off, and why is she communicating with her hand, and then hand coming back on to stop talking to her?
So my question is that, the hand that gets cut off turns into a face. Is that face the same species as Vedic? Is that the one who's saying you are expendable? And why would someone of that species say, oh, I'm going to do your bidding and you think that I'm expendable? Who does that? Mark.
Well, what I get the impression of is when she cut off her hand, it created like a separate, I guess, founder, shapeshifter, and like a mini version of that. She put it in this tech, which is new tech. It's new tech. We're 30 years on from Deep Space Nine. So 30 years later, scientists of that culture have developed this thing, whatever, but it's essentially turns it into like a mini Great Link where she is able to talk to the other founders from great distances and they communicate through this thing. And then, when it's finished, she can put her arm back on. That's
kind of what I
got
thought
out
it
of
was too. Basically, their version of a communicator, this sort of a thing.
And it's not that they thought she was expendable. They just thought that the mission was the most important because they are trying to stop Starfleet and destroy Starfleet, and nothing can, sway them from that mission. So it's like, sometimes it's like, she's got to be like kamikazes after them, Sorry.
I have an issue with that because in Deep Space Nine continuity, no one had ever killed a founder before until it happened during Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And it was sacrilege. And now, presumably, another founder on the other end of the great subspace link, or whatever this is, this two-way communication, is saying that she is expendable. And she's already lost, let's see, 2 people in the first episode, a third in the second, and now he threatens to blow up the entire ship. I'm like, that piece seems to be a bit of a stretch for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering about that because I guess, with the Dominion, they have, like the Vorta and the Jemadar, right? I just wonder if this is like a new, because it was part of her hand, right? Like it's some kind of thing that can come off, right? So maybe it's the way she can communicate. Maybe she's like another, like a new Vorta, or new something, Because like it just, I mean, like I understand what you're saying, and my headcanon wouldn't accept the founder intentionally letting another founder die. So maybe they're not a founder. Maybe there's something else. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. But then, like what you're saying, like a kamikaze bomber, suicide bomber, like they're going for the cause. And maybe that's what Vedic is. There's such a cause that we don't know about that she's willing to, follow and go into death.
But she wasn't a complete shapeshifter, though. She could only shift her hand. So I wonder, I guess what I'm curious about then.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So maybe like she's expendable. I don't know. And people are expendable in Dominion. We know that. You can like clone people and stuff. And things.
I don't think this is the last we've seen of her.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
No.
definitely not. Yeah.
No, she was billed as like the main villain of the season, so I definitely don't think this is the last time we've seen her.
And I'm still under the impression that she is going to, at some point, capture the Rikers. I'm not even joking. I can't believe nobody else is talking about this. But if you've seen the previews for this season, it shows them on the ship in the jail, in prison on that ship. It's literally in the trailer for the season. So at some point they get captured. I'll send you guys the pictures.
Yeah,
I have
send it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I showed Amy.
Yes, Mark is correct. I was like, no, what are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, okay. Because there's like the hexagonal shape. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's its own thing. You'll see.
So making the connection to Vedic, and why does Vedic want Jack Crusher so much? Speculations.
Oh, it's the red stuff. It's Red Door, the craziness.
But why does he have it?
I thought it was a connection to Discovery with the spore thingy.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's interesting.
But yeah, it's what I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I was throwing stuff out there. Maybe they're trying to make some sense.
Tried to connect, throw little bits of other shows into it. So that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I wonder I want more. I want to know more about this Jack Crusher guy. But it seems like he wasn't with Beverly the whole time doing this kind of humanitarian.
Exactly. So why would he be having these thoughts or these tendrils or this revelation?
And how does that intersect with this faction of the founders? And also Picard, because if they would have a beef with anybody, it would be Cisco. Right? The founders.
Wait, say that again?
I don't understand the founders' issue. How would the founders have even known about Jack and known to go after Picard about Jack.
Yeah.
Because because Picard wasn't even involved in the Dominion War, right?
Right.
No,
So we
he
know
was
of.
kinda. He helped with that, that whole movie with the getting old and the young thing was a Dominion movie with the stuff, and then like the insurrection and the boats. Insurrection.
Yeah. The
Wait,
Yeah,
Bactru
Insurrection.
planet.
There were a couple
Buck,
of books. There were a
sorry.
couple of books that showed
Sorry,
Picard
Buck.
that showed Picard and the crew fighting in the Dominion War.
Yeah, so they were part of it. They were there. I mean, like he was like doing this. He had gone to that planet just so that they could get, the what's it called? What are those villains in there?
The Sona.
Yeah.
The Sona, yes, the Sona, to like help them along. So they were in it, but that movie, like, yeah, just like they kind of mentioned it, and then, I mean, that's
Yeah. Move
so.
along.
Like, Dominion War. Okay, let's go to this planet and be young.
No, but
They-
I
they
suspect
haven't-
we haven't gotten the full story on Jack yet,
Right.
and that maybe somehow, even though she might have gotten actually pregnant by Picard, there might have been some kind of like there might have been some like genetic engineering done to her without even her knowledge.
You guys remember the admonition from season 1 that drove people crazy?
So what?
The admonition. The
On
strange,
Deep Space Nine?
No, the strange
Oh.
visions that the Romulan.
That's why the XB tore her hair out.
Yeah.
Vision.
Oh.
From the
They were
synth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So these visions that Jack Crusher's having, I wonder if he got exposed to some sort of an object that had like telepathic capabilities, like what you saw with Inner Light, but it imprinted on him knowledge of something that they want. And so right now his head's trying to figure out what this stuff is, and that's why they want him. They want him for that knowledge of the red stuff.
Maybe it's Discovery's sphere.
Yeah, no, but I like that because like that makes a little more sense.
And this is certainly grasping at a straw, but it occurred to me, yes, Beverly and Picard, got together, had a child. Picard was an ex-Borg. Could he still have had some dormant nanoprobes in his swimmers?
It's entirely possible.
I don't know.
No. They'd be gone by then. I mean, like, no, definitely no. No, I know because it's too fucking long. I'm sorry. I'm swearing again. Trying not to. Very best not to. But sperm don't last that many years, buddy. They don't last that many years.
Oh, that's true.
No, not those. The nanoprobes.
I'm just saying, like how would this? Okay, now we're getting really medically, which I'm kind of excited about now. So that means like you were saying, like the sperm has the nanites in there, but these sperm that you have in your testes don't last for many years, buddy. I don't know if they're like
I'm
magic
just trying to
sperm.
make this work,
guys,
and I don't know how to.
Listen. Hashtag resistance is fertile.
Or maybe they
New
like dormant,
hashtag.
like some or it could be like a virus kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not. Now you got my medical headcanon thinking like, how could they lay dormant with the nanoprobes in the sperm? Because like sperm lasts only a couple months, and yada yada, and blah blah blah. Because it's not like
I mean, they
stop now.
say they got all of Picard's Borg implants, right?
I would be more. I would if Beverly had been assimilated, then I'd be okay with it because all of her eggs are there, and like the eggs for a woman is there for their lifetime. Whereas with the sperm, it's like you keep producing them over and over again. So that's my only thing. I'm just like trying to science.
Yeah, but
Amy and Christos were here. This would be off the hook.
So I'm so impressed, Mark. Love the admonition idea and tie-in. And Matt, I agree with you. Those nanoprobes could be anywhere. And yeah, so I am loving this speculation. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart.
Or maybe like his epididymis had been transformed, and they were like, like his epithelial cells have been transformed into these like, like Borg type epithelial cells, so they could release these like tiny nanites that are like like endogenous like toxins that could transform the ovum.
Well,
I'm just
the
trying to
only
really figure this out. I'm trying to figure out how medically like we could like have like Borg sperm indefinitely.
Well, the only thing I'll say that what triggered my thought was, I'm like, how in the heck can this all work? I believe it was in season 2 of Picard, didn't both Picard and Seven hear the Queen
Yes.
when the Borg ship showed up in the beginning?
Yep.
So something's still in him that he that
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. There's definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. He's still very connected with it, and I think it's been canon shown that anybody that's been with the Borg, they still, even Chakotay, right? Chakotay from Voyager, he still had that, even though he was completely connected. So, yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm really like, I'm doing microbiology now. So I'm like, how can we make Borg stuff in the testes? Okay, I think I'm gonna just go obsessed with this because I'm really bored right now, and so we need to change the conversation.
Well, we do have Kevin who popped in. Hello. We're talking about Jack
Borg
Crusher, that
testicles.
last scene, and what
And Borg testicles.
is
Borg
it?
testicle.
Yeah. But so I'm just asking the question, what in the heck is going wrong with Jack Crusher?
That's a very good question. I do not have an answer for you, I'm afraid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you. Do we know where he was conceived? Like what was going on with Picard?
Casperia Prime, I think it was.
There was a waterfall involved. There was a waterfall and waterfall
waterfall?
lovemaking. Waterfall lovemaking. It's a waterfall that had the nanites and the Borgs and the baby Borg sperm stuff.
Kevin's like, what?
No, I'm just like, are you saying that Picard still had like Borg nanites in him that got
Yes.
transferred? Is that the
Yes, that's what we're talking
This
about.
has been the last
Talking
5
about
minutes.
that. And the waterfall made it like more prominent because waterfall and Borgs and water and babies.
Somehow this has become Star Trek After Dark.
Yes.
Sorry, I have had a really interesting week.
I came in at just the right time.
Right?
You sure did.
So
Amy,
did
do you have a
Picard.
theory? What's your theory, Amy?
Oh, I have no theory. The only thing I said, and I just said it on Galaxy Class Live, like that scene really brought me back to Remember Me when they were trying to pull Beverly out of that static bubble that they was created, because it was like he was trying to be pulled to the door. And I was like, and there was a voice like, remember me, come to me, don't forget, or something like that. We'll be together soon or something. And it just sort of, I don't know, I got the Remember Me vibes. And I was like, okay, so is he in an alternate dimension? But then I was like, no, we just saw the last 4 episodes. He's in our timeline. So I don't know what that is, Matt.
Maybe it's Daddy Jack.
Oh,
Because you know how I said in one of the previous Hive Minds, like, what is stitching this all together? Like,
right.
How do we get a cohesive series? Season 1 was coming to terms with age.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 was coming to terms with his choices about his heart.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 could be family. And then besides never having had kids, what appears to be, and set the Borg aside, the greatest loss in his life, Jack Crusher.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Maybe Matt has solved.
That's actually a pretty good theory.
Right?
I have seen
So-
no screeners, nothing, informed by nothing, read nothing.
So wait, you're
That is-
saying that like he is a clone of Jack
No.
Crusher? I'm confused now.
Maybe he died in an explosion, right?
Mhm.
Maybe he ended up a warp explosion, I believe, with nacelles or something.
Mhm.
and I'm pulling together Dark Veil history and stuff. Maybe he is in an alternate universe and trying to communicate with his son.
Ooh.
Maybe he's Future Man from Enterprise.
Mm.
Are you talking about the gray guy that Wesley was?
Not the Traveler. No, the future guy from Enterprise. Not the Traveler.
That guy.
From the temporal
Yeah.
Cold War, the Shadow.
No, that's from Enterprise. No, there was a future guy, but he was like not. Yeah, that was like a one episode. You're talking about? I know I'm a future guy from Enterprise, right? Yeah, I remember that guy.
More than one episode. Future guy.
Really?
Was in many episodes.
The
Yeah.
guy who was
I'm
always
thinking of
influential.
Generation. I'm thinking of the next gen. Sorry, not Enterprise. Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh. I love
That's
it.
all I got.
Well,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Jack,
got confused with next gen and Enterprise.
young Jack also has a brother he's never met. Could
Right.
it be
Oh,
Wesley
yeah.
trying to contact his
That
family?
might be a better theory, actually.
Never
Mhm.
met. I don't know. Possibly Wes has been in contact with Beverly. I mean,
She said no.
But he died. She says he died. So how did he
Nuh-uh.
die?
no,
lost
she
him.
didn't,
No, I
she didn't
thought-
say
no,
he
wait,
died.
No.
She said, "I lost him to the same stars that hold you."
Yeah.
That's different
Oh, so,
than he died.
Yeah. Meaning
I
that
thought he died.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
That's-
meaning
okay.
that he became a traveler and was out in the universe. Yeah.
Also, she lost him, and like he's not part of her life anymore. Okay,
Right.
okay, I like that better than him dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Although I think
Will,
Wesley's annoying.
and Will Wheaton also said he was not in season 3.
Right.
But let's not take that with a grain of salt either, because if I remember right, Jerry Ryan at one time said she wasn't going to be a part of Picard either, and then
Mm.
now she's one of the most integral parts of the series.
Oh, that's
He
true.
he also said he wasn't going to be in season 2, and there he was at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah,
He
that's
did,
true.
he did say that about season 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
completely said, "I'm not a part of the show." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I wish it well.
Hmm.
And then there
And
he
then
was.
surprise.
Wait, he was
Yeah,
at the.
that's
What
becoming the
was he?
regular-
Oh wait. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's becoming the regular norm sadly for Hollywood nowadays. In order to cap the leak on early releases, they're just having to start playing out lying on whether they're going to be lying or just false truths on whether they're going to be in something or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was in that very last episode, right? Kind of as a traveler. Oh, I remember
Yep.
that. Yeah, that
Yes.
was kind of cool.
With Soji. Yeah. Okay. Our last few minutes, I just want to talk about Worf and Rafaela. as
Oh,
he
I
calls her.
missed not having Worf in this last episode. I wanted him to have some
know.
scenes.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen the preview for next week that's at the end of the current Ready Room?
No,
Yeah.
I haven't
watched
even
it
seen the Ready Room yet for this
Oh,
week.
so good. You got to do it. It's going to be amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. The preview focuses almost exclusively on Worf and Raffi, and it takes their current chemistry and turns it up to like 15, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, the choreography, because they're doing their practice fighting and stuff, it's just gorgeous. Beautiful angle shots, good dialogue between them.
It would be a crime if they did not get their own spin-off based on how good they are together.
What I like about having them separated from the main plot is that it's almost like their own little show within a show. And Worf, Michael Dorn's been trying to get the Worf show off the ground for 20 years.
Yeah.
This is his, it's a little bit of something. Maybe it'll never be anything, but at least Star Trek is giving him a shot at the next, Worf 2.0, and it's a little mini show within a show that he's got through this season of Picard, and I'm here for it because it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, this is kind of a side conversation, but like, I know that Discovery is closing, and so like, are they going to make? Okay, I'll ask that maybe later. Yeah. So yeah, I just was wondering because I know that Discovery is going to be ending soon, and I know, of course, Picard's ending. Like, are they, like, with all the other universes, right? With DC, Marvel, they kind of have this whole like kind of like everything together thing. Are they gonna do? Is there any plans to kind of do something with Star Trek? Because we had the movies and all this stuff, like some, I don't know,
Not that
something
I've
more
heard.
integrated.
Yeah.
We are getting a Lower
Okay.
Decks Strange New Worlds crossover.
Okay.
Which I'm still skeptical about that, but that's not the topic.
Well, if you listen to the official Star Trek podcast, they released their first episode this week. And
For the first time in like 2 years.
Tawny Newsome and Paul F. Tompkins interviewed Jonathan Frakes, who directed the crossover episode. And we get to see we will get to see Boimler and Mariner in both live action and animation during the episode, and they said there is a lot of running.
And they also said, well, I don't know if they said it in this podcast or if it was Anson Mount talking in another podcast, but Anson Mount's also going to be animated as well. So I don't know who else is being crossing over. It might just be him, but that's cool.
I just, I think my only concern is that, like, with both Discovery and Picard ending and just having Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks, like, we had this huge gap between like Enterprise, right, and Discovery. I don't want that to happen again. That was very, very
Well,
not
they
fun.
are planning on, like, I think it's there's this. I think they're in the talks for like a Starfleet Academy show. I think the Section 31 series is still on the is still in production.
So Paramount just is sort of merging right now with Showtime. And so there's a lot of internal shakeups and cost cutting. You notice HBO's cutting a lot of shows. Paramount's cutting shows. They're getting tax write-offs and stuff for unproduced scripts and whatnot. I mean, it's money at the end of the day. But with that, so I don't think any of those shows are actually going to happen. But I do think, and this is what like the stars have been saying, that if you really like season 3 of Star Trek Picard, show that you like it, write them, tell them, watch it, and maybe something will come of this. 100% not happening will be the
Academy.
The Starfleet Academy is never going to happen. Neither
Really?
is the con thing's never going to happen. Section 31, I doubt will ever happen, but other things may. So I don't think
Well, the con thing is
I'm not
supposed
doing
to
the
be a
rules.
radio play, like the Raffi and Seven story, right? So
They
that
haven't
would
even
be
written
like
it.
zero cost to produce, relatively speaking. But to your point about like it and they will come or they will invest. I just saw yesterday one of the designers, maybe it was Bill Blass, said that after Picard, they struck the sets and destroyed them. And I'm like, I think I might have actually done an all caps reply to Metalis, like, Trek Condoroga, hello. Like, there is a market for, are you kidding? Can you imagine if there had been a Bridge of a Titan to go to or a Discovery Bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope they don't do that with the new Enterprise one.
I hope not. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could make something happen.
It also could be because, Picard films in LA, on all the other new live action Treks film up here in Toronto.
Yeah.
So they might have struck the sets in LA because it's cheaper to film up here if they're going to do another spin-off show.
Yeah.
Get rid of their space that they're renting in LA.
Yeah, that could be.
And they probably tore it apart, but I doubt it's on a dumpster somewhere. They probably.
Oh no,
have
they
it.
said it's in a dumpster in pieces.
Aww,
like, people
that's
involved with the
sadness.
production were like, we had to collapse it to fit the dumpsters. I'm like, twist.
That is
Yeah,
sadness.
right?
That is sadness. No.
But Amy, I could see it now. Like, take Pike's cabin set and turn that into an Airbnb.
Hello.
Right?
Yeah, no, but Amy, getting on to another subject, I don't think we can do this podcast without talking with you, or recording with you without talking about Troy's appearance.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to not see her on the screen. I need to see her in real life. Like, She's being talked about. She's being spoken to. Let's get her in person. You
Show
know,
the shirt.
exactly. Yes. Hashtag Deanna. I'm very curious. Her empathy in that scene where she was talking to Riker at the end, like that got me teared up because obviously he had been suffering this entire time. I mean, how long? Because in Nepenthe, Kestra was 12.
At least.
And so Thaddeus is older. So he's been, faking it and, trying to go through, but he couldn't live with it any longer. Oh, Mark is shaking his head. All right. Talk to me.
I call BS on that whole thing. That's another example of this show just not having any continuity with what came before. Like, Riker was fine. He wasn't struggling with no inner demons making pizza on Nepenthe. He was fine.
No,
No.
I can totally buy it because when you listen.
And I love this show. That just makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, but when you see someone for a long time, you're not going to instantly emotionally dump on them and like, I'm so glad to see you. I'm so sad. And he barely even could put the words with Troy, his wife.
Oh yeah, he was struggling throughout the episode just to make a note to her.
Yeah. I buy it because I know a lot of times I fake it to make it.
Yeah, same here. And as someone who has had mental health struggles in his life, I completely bought that throughout the entire episode too with Troy and Riker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wish I'd.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I guess I wish. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel bad because I felt like the one time we see Troy, she's just complaining about the baby. Like I wish there was more of her. Like it's just like really gonna have her complain about the baby and like. She's a lot more.
And of course, to bring the alcohol.
Exactly, that too. Like, and she's really okay. Yeah, and I guess she didn't learn much when she was like, on whatever.
So we've gotten 2 appearances. One is a 20-year flashback, then post or in the epilogue of No Win Scenario, and then there's the appearance, not the one like the ever-consuming darkness, whatever, but like where she confronts him. Where you can tell she's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, all Picard had to do was snap his fingers and you ran.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they're in the prison. She's pissed because she's been locked up.
Right. I mean, Bev is getting her due with the writing, and I really hope they're revving up Deanna.
Yeah.
So she has her moment to just bam.
And not just
they underserved her in the series.
Yeah, and I don't want her to just be Riker's wife or the mother of the children. Like, she's a valued member of our crew, and I want to see that come back.
She's allowed to have her own pain and reaction to what Riker has done.
And I'm also hoping we see Kestra again too. And I've looked it up. There's no actual IMDb credit listed for the actress for being in season 3. So I'm wondering whether the actress is coming back or not.
She's hanging out with Luoxana.
Yeah.
No, I like what you're saying, Amy, though, too. I feel like, it'd be cool to see Troy do her thing. I feel like we've seen Worf do her thing, Riker do his thing, Beverly do her thing, Picard, of course, Picarding, and like, it'd be cool to see if, Troy, doing, I don't know. I think, it'd be great.
Geordi's going to be probably in the next episode because the ship's taking a lot of damage. They got to go to dry dock to get it fixed. Who's going to be there? Geordi's going to be all peeved off because Riker and Picard put his daughter in danger and almost got her killed on their strange quest. So he's rip shit pissed.
Ooh, I like that.
Pissed in the promo.
Drama's coming in. Yeah.
I mean, but she signed up to be an officer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but not under Picard or Riker. Under Shaw, who plays it very, very safe. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I don't know.
Hijack his ship, so.
But I don't know. Cisco, I remember in DS9, Cisco was saying, like when Nog had to go off, right? Like in that, comparing Nog with Jake, and that, I would be okay if Jake chose this, right? Like, I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe as a parent, and if you have a kid, I don't know, I'm just speculating on stuff, but maybe he would be like, okay, like I know what the deal is, you know? I don't know. I feel like some of those tensions, like, I don't know, I wasn't really buying it. Whatever, I'm stop talking.
Manufactured.
Yeah, like, I don't want to end on a sour note. I like what we're going. I'm gonna be positive right now.
All right. Well, we are at the 1 hour mark, so let's wrap things up. I'm glad that Mahendran, you are here, and we had maybe fixed at least one thing, maybe a couple of making this continuity a little bit more. I'm super excited to see where it goes. And I do agree, Mark, like this has a different feel from the other seasons. And so I'm hoping, yeah, we get that common thread, like you were saying, Matt, that it will tie all 3 seasons so that it feels like a cohesive show, because it is disjoint with that. Next.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm glad we talked about this, because I'm liking Picard a little more. I'm not letting my medical cynicism like destroy everything, so I'm kind of starting to like it now.
Our work here is done. Matt?
One thing I have heard that's been on my list to do for about the last 48 hours is to go back and rewatch Nepenthe, because I've been told by some other folks who watched a bit more closely that there are some seeds of Riker and Deanna's loss, maybe in relaying that to Picard, that were displayed on screen. And I want to rewatch it and see if I can catch that to tie it together a bit.
That's a good tip. Jim?
I got nothing.
You like the show. All right.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I just think it's fun seeing our old friends back on a starship doing their starship thing. The last 2 seasons of Picard have not been that. They've been Picard doing other things, and we wanted to see them on a spaceship doing spaceshipy things, and I'm glad that that's what we've got. I'm intrigued by the mysteries. I hope they haven't asked more questions than they will answer, and that we will get answers starting soon. But we're still in the roller coaster is still going up the hill. We won't pull into the station until episode 10, and we've got some loop-the-loops and airtime thrills before we get there. So
Nice. Mark?
Well, this week is going to be episode 5, and Terry and a lot of the writers have been dropping hints since before the show started that we are going to get more references and cameos from the other shows that have not been teased or spoiled yet. Well, we're heading into episode 5, so if they're going to happen, I'm hoping that starting with this next episode, if let's say Kira makes an appearance or something random like that, or we have Harry Kim as an admiral or whatever, if these things are going to happen, I hope they start happening soon, because they've been talking about it since before the show aired. So I'm
please, Admiral Harry Kim, please.
Yeah, at least Lieutenant
some
Kim.
redemption.
Lieutenant Kim or Commander.
Lieutenant.
After all the failed promotions for Harry Kim gifts on the internet, we need an actual Harry Kim promoted above ensign on screen.
We got it.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. Listeners, if you would like to join next month's Hive Mind, please visit patreon.com/BQN and pledge your support of $10 or more. You can get early access and these discussions. It's green, Amy's math moments, some Truckspert trivia, fun stuff. Please go check it out. All right, let's go around. Where can people contact you out on the interwebs? Kevin, you go first.
Well, you can find me on Galaxy Class. We just recorded a really fun episode, and I think we might be sticking with live for a while. That's fun. You can find me on True North Nerds, a geek and nerdery podcast I do with my local friends up here, and you can find me in the BQN on The Collective.
Mark, how about you?
Well, people can hear me on All Good Things. They can find me on Twitter at MarkWhite207. I'm on Instagram at mw.207 and on Apple Music at MarkWhite207. Also, my show It's Green is on Patreon.
Yes, it is. Matt, where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at mhark, HARK957. Also on Facebook in the BQN and on the Federation as well.
Yes. Mahendran.
Yeah, just on the Facebook on the BQN, usually I post stuff there. So
Yeah. And listeners, this is Mahendran who's doing our Apple Watch challenges each and every week, guys. So huge thank you. Thank you, Mahendran, for your consistency. It's seriously, we love it.
yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking it. Thank you.
Yes. Jim, where can people talk to you?
I'm still maintaining for now my Twitter at TrekFan165, and I am in and out of the BQN Facebook page, and I can be heard from time to time on Galaxy Class.
Yes. And Trexperts Quiz.
That is correct. I will be recording one very shortly here today.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes.
I will be your scorekeeper, Jim.
Yes, I saw that.
Paybacks.
Remember, please, can I have a point? Sometimes works.
Yes, it does.
We'll see.
Well, I've also been known to be very generous too at
Yes,
times.
That's true.
Amy, have you been a contestant yet on the quiz?
Oh yeah, I went up against Joe and got slaughtered. Yeah, I'm a loser.
She's done both on the quiz.
Yes. Well, as always, we appreciate everyone's patronage and thank you for joining this March edition of Hive Mind.